Proxy Table Gaming, PTG, Lucky Sixes and Hyper G.
What's up, my friend dog?
Hello, I'm here. You're here.
We're both here.
Nothing's up actually. I'm pretty good today. I'm pretty good. Nothing is up or down. I'm just perfectly down the middle.
Balanced.
Yes.
Like Ninth Age.
That's true in every regard except Temple Guard. Yes.
Right. Yeah.
But we're not going back to that.
No,
we're not going back to that. We've done that. We've drawn a line.
My goodness, we have finished that, and we are on to the vampires. Turn 5.
Much more fun army.
And up against the warriors, which I have a lot of experience with playing, and playing against actually. Warriors, I mean, typically in Ninth Age at the minute they're very, very popular anyway. So wasn't too fussed about the army itself. This is my list, as we know. Killy Killerson et al. Is what it is. And up against him, however, this is not your regular warriors list. There is 0 magic, my friends.
Also, what's with the editing on the new recruit?
Right, what happened was, because this is not 2021.
Oh, sure, you've done the new recruit after. No.
So I went to the 2021 on new recruit thing, and it wouldn't let me do a Doom Lord on a Wasteland Bearmuff. So
of course,
it is not. Well, it didn't do the right points, so I had to do Barbarian cheap, but that was all wrong.
Well,
but
fair play to you for making the effort to edit that,
because
you could have just said, "I couldn't do it." Just to screw the viewers.
And seamless.
You put the effort in.
You can't even notice either. So I'm surprised
I didn't even pick up on it. I mean, sharp eagle eye there.
Right.
I apologise for being so attentive.
But
we totally could have got away with it.
Yeah, as we said, no magic whatsoever. It is, I think technically, I don't know if this is an illegal list now because of the now Warriors cap.
There's a lot of monsters,
but it is monster heavy. Feldrick Enchester General with Great Weapon. So Great Weapon as well is not a choice you normally see. He's like rocking strength 8, I think.
Yeah, you usually see supernatural dexterity or something, don't you?
2 Dawn Lords with Wasteland Behemoth and stuff. Both have a binding scroll as well, so there is magic defense.
Yeah.
Big unit of warriors to fill up core with Wasteland Torch, one of my favourites.
Big up.
2 Barbarian Horseman units for scoring purposes. And they are just
scoring.
Bog standard guys. 2 Chimeras and 3 Giants with a Tribal War Spear, which is I want to say lethal, multiple wounds 2 against Towering Prisons. I think.
Not a clue.
I remember that coming up. So.
Okay, right, fair enough.
Excuse me. So yes,
Who are you against?
Mr. Tim B.
No, come on, try it.
The
Tim
Master of Shenanigans himself. Tim Bohknecht.
Yeah, there you go.
I think it's Bohknecht, but I'm gonna stick with my original. Bohknecht.
Well, naturally.
Just to be sure, really.
Yes.
Frontline Clash, catch the flags, just as yourself.
Oh, we got a different number. I did 218 on my last one.
I might.
Who's right? Who's right?
You probably. I don't think I've But cheers. I mean, I really appreciate you pointing out.
I'm just totally critiquing all of. I'm even checking it while we're talking now because I want to know whether I was right or you were right. But I think.
But regardless,
naturally, I was right. We won't pick up on it. It's fine. Carry on.
Frontline Clash is pretty happy with in terms of that. Capture the flags. He's got some tricky ones to get for me.
Those barbarian horsemen could just run away.
Barbarian could just run away. Hashtag spoiler. And the 30 warriors are no mean feat either. So I was a bit worried from that front, considering my scoring is typically quite squishy. Here is the board, and I will move us because it's very important that we get through everything.
Top right corner. Okay.
So, I've cornered. He dropped for first.
Oh, this is deployment.
This is deployment. He dropped for first.
I love that this round 5 zombie unit. That'll do.
Oh, you know what I mean? I'm done. And the ghouls haven't yet.
And the ghouls aren't even deployed.
So, I mean, they won't be for a little while. So, but yeah, so he basically put down everything to get first, to rush me. He was very open about everything. Barbarian Horseman at the back, but he got 2 Behemoths, 30 warriors, 1 giant. That winged creature is a chimera, but doesn't have wings.
No, none of them do these days. They've all been culled.
It's because of the Feldrak Ancestor. He cannot have it. Then he's got 2 giants, a Feldrak Ancestor, and another chimera next to the Dr. Pepper bottle.
Good drink.
So, from my point of view, I put the bats on the right, the great bats, down first, and then he dropped, I think. And then I was like, well, I don't want to give him an easy game where he just runs up and just takes me off
his face. Mm-hmm.
So I've got to spend as much time as possible trying to keep him away. So my Varklak and Donnie Darkcoach go there. Donnie Darkcoach is there so that the bats can march back, basically, and not worry about it, because otherwise they can't march. Varklak goes there kind of just to see what he can do. I'm not sure what exactly his plan is in this game. It's not really any good matchup.
Bouncing off a brick wall if you go into those warriors.
Right, can I do anything to get the Barbarian Horseman with them, is my thought here. Otherwise,
squeeze through,
I kind of just put my knights and my lord in separate units, because he's not in a range or anything, to face off against the Behemoths. See how that goes. The zombies in that corner, I probably don't want to move, really. The ghouls actually aren't too bad against monster heavy. However, I can't take 2 or 3 at the same time. So they sort of go there to, and I'm going to say this, protect my right flank.
Which is only about 12 inches into the board.
Is insane, right? And then the chaff just in front of them, just I mean, for later. Although I am potentially thinking, can I get the Behemoths early before everything else comes at me?
Yeah, sure. So that would be ideal.
That's my plan. It's very obvious that I want to just keep him away, and he's quite fast moving, so we'll see. We'll see if this works, but that's my plan. His turn 1, he obviously moves as fast as humanly possible with everything on the right, which is scary.
I love the whole pile of ghouls in the middle of the table. It's just brilliant.
Yeah. Well, I was like, right, well, I need to get him here, but I haven't got him over. No, I was just like, look, it's where the tray is, all right? And he's like, yeah, fine. Tim was an absolute gent throughout the whole thing as well. He was quite good at helping me with stuff, which we'll come on to later. So yeah, he just moves up and then goes, all right, it's your turn. I was like, oh god.
No magic, no shooting.
I am
literally
so
had no time
scared.
to get those calls in place.
I'm so unbelievably scared. As you can see, the barbarians at the horsemen at the top have already started moving towards the right corner where I can't get, and he's very, very good, very precise with his giants where they're pointing. I can't get out of line of sight with my Varklak, so I can't get anywhere to push past his lines. So he was very. While he did just rush forward, he was very precise as well. My turn. I chaff his Behemoth with Killy Killerson on the left, so that he can't get into my knights, leaving, I think, a 6/6 charge with his other Behemoth into them.
Can both Behemoths get into Killy, or only one?
Yes, they can. But I mean, I don't mind, because they're not impact hits, and I will challenge.
Sure,
so,
he wouldn't be able to decline.
It's like it doesn't benefit him to have 2 in. So is what I'm thinking anyway. I march my bats back for later, because I don't want to chaff him now, because
there's nothing to gain from that.
Varklak comes back, leaving. I don't think I leave a charge with his warriors into him, but I do leave a long charge with the single giant, thinking maybe I can do something against one. Darkcoach comes over, not really scared of the giants and things as well, and hoping to see what I can do there.
Might even zone a bit in for you, maybe.
You'd think. My ghouls turn ever so slightly on the and the other zombies just stay as they are.
Well, you moved one zombie slightly forward to get necro range.
Yes, yeah. 4 hasten the hour, which I get off, and I get 1 wound off. Again, he binding scrolled the D3, I think, or he
touch the Reaper.
Yeah, or he just dispelled it. Either one, and I got this one off. So fair enough.
Yeah, probably dispelled it in this one, maybe.
And this is his turn 2. So I want to say he charged Killy, but I can't remember. So.
Well, he wouldn't fail the charge, is he? In then?
So I just don't know whether I've moved it or not, because I feel like I would have moved it, but we'll see. But otherwise, I mean, I'll move us again. So I will mention the Barbarian Horseman in the top right.
For this last time.
For the last time, because we won't see them otherwise. And moving us reveals the monsters coming down at us.
Yes, right, yeah.
So he has a Chimera. You can only just about make it. It's the bottom of the screen where my Dark Coach is. Directly down, you can see a base.
Oh, there's another one.
So there's 2 Chimeras. The one you can only just see, and the one on the right next to his Feldrak ancestor.
Wow, I've forgotten about them.
And then he has moved his giants as so in trapping motion. Really.
So if your Dark Coach charges and kills a giant, they're going to get counter-charged by 2 more giants, is what he's thinking, yeah.
But there's not really a great deal I can do to counter that trap. You know, I can't do too much in the way of... I mean, if my Varkalak and Dark Coach go that way, that's one thing. But if they do that, they've got all these ancestors and things like that. Yeah. So, I'm not sure. So it's very good play. It's very good play and very aggressive play. It means I've got like 5 threats to deal with Varkalak and Dark Coach. So we will see. Moves up with the warriors. That's a wasteland.
Yeah, I was going to say
ruins
turned
now.
over. Yeah.
So not great for Macav.
No
potential. No magic though. So onto my turn. I'd go in with the Varkalak, hoping I can do something with the Varkalak. I don't go in the Dark Coach because and I go in with Killy. He basically
he hadn't charged. He was happy with that. Yeah, he didn't need to rush that.
So I go in. Neither of us are any better on or off the charge, so it's just a straight thing. I am really high strength though, so strength 8 compared to res 6. So I'm pretty confident of the Behemoths, to be honest. Even though it's a Doom Lord and a Behemoth, I think Killy can take them.
Great.
Otherwise, I move my Dark Coach down to chaff the Chimera without wings, because I realise at this point they don't have wings. Like I'm thinking I can't do anything about them, and they go, "Oh, actually, they don't have wings."
Yeah.
I move my ghouls to face.
Oh, and they're on the board now.
And they were on the board before, but they're in the correct place on the board. I chaff his warriors with my dogs, so that I can get my knights in a closer, better position.
Yeah.
I might not have needed to. It was a long charge anyway, but I didn't want to leave him anything, you know.
Yeah, sure. I was surprised you didn't put the great bats. Is it unit 3 you got or 2? One of the bats in front of his Feldrak ancestor, actually.
At this point, potentially. I definitely thought about it.
Okay.
I think what I was thinking is I just need to make it as I need my chaff. I'll need my chaff for the whole game. I actually thought at this point, because his barbarians were moving up so much, that I've got to get that warriors unit. So I've got to figure out how I get that. And I think, obviously, my Killy's kind of busy right now. I think Killy and the knights can do a number on them because they're only sort of bored, I think, from recollection. Okay. But you know, a lot was going through my mind. I was just, I think I'm going to need the chaff later on.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Quite do it. I didn't particularly like the Dark Coach potentially giving a springboard. But we will see. It is a bit further away than it looks.
I mean, the Dark Coach doesn't have much to worry about from the Chimeras. They're only about 4 attacks each, aren't they? But it's the ancestor.
Yeah. So he goes in. I think I do 5 wounds.
Nice.
I am hitting on 2s.
Or 4 plus haste on the hour.
Yeah, sure. I'm hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, and wounded on 2s, rerolling 1s, and then he's got a 6-up save. So I've got 6 attacks. Doing 4 wounds is pretty.
Yeah.
I'd expect that. I think.
Yeah, I would say so.
So yeah, I do that, and there we are. We sort of stick around, and yeah, it is what it is. I only do 1 wound to him. He doesn't. 0 to me though.
Slightly angering him though.
Yeah. And he sticks around where he is, leaving the double counter charge. I was hoping I would just break him, actually. But it didn't happen, and this was always going to happen. So, yeah, not in the best.
Come on,
place.
Fortitude.
Yeah. So again, it's the angle. The giant on the left definitely can get past the thing.
Yeah.
Doing it.
Back unit. Yeah.
But it's the angle makes it look a little bit tighter than it is. He charges all 3 into Donnie Dark Coach because why not? And makes it in with all 3.
Okay, so the chimeras are the size of the inside of the movement trays,
for sure.
So they can just about fit on there.
It's worth. I think what you're saying is right. I think with them all coming in now, the chaff might have been better at that point.
Well, yeah, on site and all that.
But yeah, like I said, I've got a 4 pages. I'm still not. I'm hoping I can do some wounds to one of his chimeras and things. Then they go into the ghouls, which poison attack. It's not the worst thing in the world.
No.
It's just I need to get rid of some quickly.
And you need your Aegis to hold up against that great weapon.
They all get in on this side, so I mean,
Bohknecht
and Donnie Dark Coach are getting swarmed, baby.
Some cool models that Tim's got as well.
Yeah, absolutely. He does a very good job there. And they take the chaff, so fair enough. His other guy comes in to help out.
Yeah, I mean, good choice of behemoths as well with the Rockle Rooks.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
I like that.
I can't.
They're
remember,
frost mammoths.
I can't remember whether they're unbreakable.
Behemoths wouldn't. Not a clue. Never seen them on the table.
Because I would have won 5 by 5. So I'm not sure whether they were unbreakable. Either way, it didn't matter because he stuck. But yeah, I can't remember. And this is the last picture I'll show of the barbarians getting away and just having a nice time and capture the flags. I
suppose with that, the behemoth question is now that the one that's healthy can challenge you. And keep the other one alive as long as possible.
Absolutely, yeah. So I'm still pretty happy.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've got all my chaff. I'm not expecting Killy to die or lose combat at any point.
Unless the warriors come into his flank.
Yes, yeah, but I think at that point, like I said, I've got the chaff. I've got my knights as well.
Yeah.
It's how I deal with the 6 monsters on the right of this picture.
That's it. That's the issue.
Really, my biggest issue.
Have you killed one of them though? No. So you might not have. Not yet.
No. I think I do 1 to the one on my flank, and he just mops up because so many attacks.
Yeah.
Kills the chef. And kills Donnie Dark Coach.
You do kill one though.
No, I don't.
Oh no, he's not on the base.
No, he's off it because he's a winged model, and I was like, "Can you move him, please?" Because I don't
off the edge of your table.
Yeah, I don't want to do it. So yeah, just
don't.
I don't think I was particularly unlucky with the Aegis. No. I think it was, if anything, it was average.
Amount of attacks,
and then I died to.
Well, what's the ancestor doing? Is it 6 attacks or is it more?
I think it's 6 attacks and strength 8.
Because it's a great weapon, so it's hitting on 3s.
Yeah, it would be 3s.
3s, yeah. Wounding on 2s. All you'll have is your 4 of Aegis.
And the chimeras aren't shabby for
like strength 5.
But
so.
Killed it, and I think it would have died to unstable as well. But I do 2 wounds.
To be honest, the fact that the Donnie goes down in your turn is probably better than him going down in.
Oh, absolutely.
No, you know what I'm saying.
As you said, there's an argument I could have used my other chaff instead of Donnie Dark Coach, who is really, really expensive chaff. So I'm not sure it was the best play from my point of view at this point, because Donnie Dark Coach charging in is better on the charge. So we'll see. My turn. So in the combat, he actually does 2 wounds to.
Oh, ouch! That's not great.
I think I do another 4 to him. To the other guy, but because we're in a challenge on the right, I go in with the knights on the left to plink off the last couple of wounds on the behemoth, which I'm pretty.
Okay, you've got room to get in there, have you?
Yes, and it was 90 degrees as well. We did all
sure.
that. So I think it's just less actually. But yeah, so I don't think I'll get every single one of the 5 guys in. I think maybe one of them don't get in, but I was pretty happy they'd do 2 wounds. They're going first as well, so
yeah.
But yeah, I was a bit scared with Killy that he could take a wound.
Yeah,
so.
Not rolling any vampiric, clearly.
Yeah, that point. So after the Donnie Duck coach, he overruns with 2 of them. The Ancestor being 1, and the Chimera that's not on the base being 1. I charge with my court out of the ghouls.
Good move.
So my Necromancer now is in the ghouls at the minute.
Mm-hmm.
I charge with the court against his Chimera, and he flees, allowing me to redirect. Yes, and allowing me to redirect into the other Chimera.
Okay, that's
who I can't remember.
Nice.
I don't think fled, but yeah, really interesting.
Did he make it?
But he didn't make it into the second Chimera. We had a long talk about this because we were like, well, technically he didn't actually get out of the unit because of the thing, but it works out because he charged out of the unit, he has to bounce.
Right, until he clears the unit.
So yeah, he doesn't. He gets 1 Chimera because he's off the board, but doesn't get.
And he's safe from the Ancestor.
Yeah, he is only movement 4, so it was actually a decent. It was like an 8 or something. But yeah, so that is what it is. I chaff his Ancestor with the bats now. I move back into the zombie unit with Necromancer and move as far back as I can with. I think I've got a raised, a bigger unit at that point as well. But just hoping to keep these guys at bay. With my other chaff, I chaff the warriors so that they can't charge into my knights at the top, whom I'm hoping are going to be free for my next turn. And the ghouls are there anyway for the overrun should he go into me onto my turn. So
were you ever considering a raised dead to get an extra unit of zombies, or was it literally being shut down?
Yes, but that was being shut down at the cost of my other ghouls and stuff. And that is my thought for the next lot as well, because this is all my chaff gone after this turn. I get Whispers of Veil off on his other Behemoth just to get that through. Again, he was letting all these other ones so that I wouldn't get any more chaff. I kill both in this turn with no loss, which is good.
No Araya's hitting the Killy though.
And mate, he knows what he's doing. He's just with vampires. He's got to stop the heals.
Yeah.
Where you can. And I turn to face the warriors, thinking next turn I've got to go in.
Go for it. Get that scoring in.
Start this train. His turn, he charges just his giants into my court. One of them gets in. The
other one looks like a bit of a small gap.
Yeah, I think there was room for 2. I'm not sure how it worked, but either way, only one of them.
Well, if the Ancestor could hit the other side of the bats, there would be room. But maybe they were too close to him.
They were too close. So, when the Ancestor goes into bats, I think he's purposely not trying to leave an overrun as well into my ghouls because he wants to go for other stuff.
Sure.
They go into here.
What other stuff?
Everything else moves up like so, just for future reference. And my court has towering presence, so all of his giants have multiple wounds 2 against me. I do have a 2-up, 4-up. So
you do.
There's that.
Fortitude,
Chaff dies. He overruns past, but not past my rules. So he
leaves the corner.
And reforms with his giant like so that he's now chaffing me.
I was going to say
my court that guy though goes to town on his giant and he doesn't do anything to me.
Right, nice.
A bit of a mixture of Aegis and just him with it. But that's not too bad. I'm not actually bothered because I think my overrun. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, I see.
So my turn comes. I charge in. It is ruins, so I'm a bit scared.
Sure, yeah.
But
you haven't got a Strider banner on them, have you?
or on Killy.
Well, there is that, yeah.
So, but I'm a bit scared, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I only take 1 DT.
You lucky sod.
Luckily, Killy doesn't go in from how I do this. So
calculated risk.
So, and as well, in terms of Killy, that's less attacks on him if he's ever not in a duel. So, pretty happy with that. Yeah. I charge the giant because he's left a giant, and the way I'm facing, I can't actually properly maximise over to the right. So my overrun will get me into the ancestor should the giant die. So
into the rear of the ancestor?
Into the rear of the ancestor. And of course on overruns and things like that you ignore your own models.
Yes you do, yeah.
So I was pretty... He tried to stop me and then we talked about this. This was probably our longest chat actually.
Sure.
And we were like, yes, if I kill him. So we got to kill him.
Yeah, what's he got? 2 wounds left, or 1?
3, I think. 7 for a giant. But
7. Yeah.
I move like so with these guys. I mean, I'm moving up with the one on the left just to get. That's the safest zone. Is his top left.
Could your Necro not have abandoned ship at that point and stood behind the goals?
I'm pretty confident I'm going to kill this giant and overrun into his ancestor. So I'm pretty sure he's not going to get a chance to charge me, and I want to ping some wounds where I can. This might even be hasten the hour to get 1 wound off on him.
Okay,
just to start that process.
Makes sense.
It all happens exactly right. I mean, poison helps. The court itself helps. And
you take some DTs for the water.
I can't remember actually. Possibly not. Which we might have just forgot about it in all the other chat.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't remember doing that. So yeah,
Ghouls don't like to paddle.
No, apparently not. Or in this case they do.
They do.
Because
You've done well.
After combat, I think I get rid of 2 of his ranks, so I kill. I'm going to say 12, which is pretty good. Maybe 11. And he does just 2 wounds to my knights.
I suppose he's only got what 3 attacks against Killy. So
yeah. It's I mean, Killy and the knights just go to town really. He holds though because he's steadfast, and we continue that fight. So
that's fine though. There's no support coming, is there?
Yeah. And like I said, they're only strength 4, so they're not actually doing too much in the way of armor. And as long as I can win combat, I'm really happy. So, and I'm pretty sure Killy doing like 4 or 5 wounds a turn is going to help me win combat. You know.
Did he challenge out, or is there no champion?
Well, I've got a champion, so if he did,
sure. There's just no point. Yeah.
His turn, and all these 3 charge. They have taken wounds, but they charge my Towering Presence Court. And you know, I've just got to see what I can do really against him, and it's swingy really, because if I can do one of them, like the Chimera for example, then it might be all right. The Chimera goes into the rear of the ghouls, which I'm actually thinking he's only got 2 wounds, and I've got all those poison.
Extra attacks for you.
I'm not overly displeased with that. I think
Chimera's light troops, isn't it? Even when it's not flying.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have a rank or anything.
So I'm like, you know what? If I can get lucky with my poison, I might be able to pop this Chimera, and I'm pretty happy with that. Like I said, the 2 giants go into my court, so that's just who can roll better, really.
Yeah.
Over here, I lose it.
Who did roll better?
But I mean, I've still done another rank +1, so 7-8 wounds off the charge.
It's good the way that your knights and the Killy are like separating them out as well. He's losing a lot of attacks in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to lose this knight unit. That's quite important. However, I do think it's a matter of time. It's only perhaps 1 more combat before they're not steadfast. So it shouldn't be too long. I'm hoping the next one I do. But I mean, I keep doing loads of wounds. So
with Killy especially.
It's Killy, and he's now got less attacks on my knight. So
going into your turn for some arise as well. So.
Exactly. And he reforms to be wider for more attacks on Killy. Actually,
makes sense.
I'm actually.
Spoiler.
Spoiler. I mean, just multiple wounds came up. Trumps. It's going to happen. I don't think I did many wounds to him either. I think this was a massive fluff on my part. And I just died. I might have even crumbled. You know.
Oh no.
Which is a shame. But he did. He held him up for a good few turns, so I'm not too displeased.
You took out one giant with him, and technically a chimera as well. He fled.
Yes, exactly. So he's done all right. Not the best, but a best of a bad situation, I think. Over here, I only do 1 wound to his chimera. I do 1 wound to the ancestor, and this is after crumble, thankfully.
I was going to say 2 different piles there.
Yeah, 2 piles. But yeah, I mean that's going through me a lot quicker than I thought actually. So
2 stomps, I guess, isn't it? Chimera's got D3 or
can't remember.
Or 1 stomp, I guess.
1 or D3, yeah. So on to my turn. I mean, I've got not much in the way of movement. However, I do get a rise off to get and gates to the Netherworld with my
knights and Killy.
With my knights. So I think Killy's down to 1 wound potentially or none. So we're really solid over there. The ghouls get maybe 5 or 6 back because they can't get much more because of the chimera being where they are. And the zombies are represented by dice now because I just got so many off. I think I can't remember what he tried to dispel. He might have even got really unlucky on one of the dispels. Here. But there you go. My turn. He's not now steadfast, and he doesn't do any wins to me. I overrun again. No DTs. We definitely took them this time, and I catch a unit with my knights who are pretty happy. I think this is turn 5. I want to say.
Yeah, are the barbarian horsemen just looking over in the distance and saying, "Can they catch us?"
Yeah, it's not a. My only issue is whether I put the knights back into the fray or not.
Yeah.
Killy, however, is looking very good. But I think this is my turn 5. I'm going to say.
Sure.
Over here, I kill the chimera.
Good.
Can't remember whether I do a few wounds to the ancestor or not. But
you're gonna have 1 giant coming in now.
The ghouls are dwindling. The good thing, however, is that even if the ghouls die, we are 1-1, I think, on the objective. And I don't think there's enough time to get through the zombies. The zombies are crap and die quicker than the ghouls, but potentially there's that as well. So
question in regards to the zombies. You left your necromancer in them the turn before this one. If you'd have taken the necromancer out the turn before, could the zombies have charged the rear of the ancestor to help out with combat res and stuff?
Potentially.
Or would it done so little that it wouldn't really have helped? Obviously, you're not going to do that if the necromancer goes in. You absolutely shouldn't.
Yes.
Ancestor would just go
potentially.
Bong.
Yeah. Like obviously static res, and that one has as you can see, a standard. So potentially he can't do that mountain wounds to both units. I appreciate the hypocrisy of the question for someone who can't think to save his life. But, no, absolutely. And I think one of my things was I wanted my general to survive the necromancer because he hasn't typically. But yeah, so but this is the good thing as well is that it's his turn 5 coming up. Possibly
is
turn
that the
6.
good thing?
No, turn 6.
I was going to say 6. Yeah.
Because his ancestor in combat. So even if for whatever reason they go into the zombies, I'm pretty happy really at this point. Giant comes in. The other one couldn't see him, which could be a mistake, but I'm not sure. So he comes in there. They mop up, and I don't think I've done 5 wounds to this giant. By the way, it's got a 5.
That's one of your dice. It's one of your dice, though, isn't it? So.
But I'm not sure. So we're on. The ancestor has 2 wounds out of I want to say 7. On him, just turns to face. It was my turn 6 coming up, the last turn, and the giant turns to face as well. So we're 1-1 in terms of scoring. I couldn't do much about the other ones, but my zombies did survive, so I'm pretty happy from that point of view. As well, I had a decision to make.
I'm sure you did.
Whether he goes into the ancestor or the giant, and I pussied out massively, going for the giant because I know
longer chance.
That I know I'm going to kill the giant. That's not a problem. We talked about it, and I said I'm pretty sure I do 4 wounds to your guy that has 5 wounds left. Because I'm rerolling.
The great weapon swinging back.
I'm 2s rerolling to hit on both hitting and wounding, but it's whether or not the strength 8. If he's got 1 wound left, he's got 6-7 attacks, strength 8 against me, which is too risky at this point in the game.
You don't have the armor to hold up against that.
I don't want to give him the points for my lord, so I go against the giant just for that. I kill the giant and turn to face, and that is the end of the game. Just showing the knights and stuff as well, and the giant down there that didn't charge last time.
So is all that he's got then the giant, the ancestor, and the barbarian horseman? That's
correct.
What's left for him.
Yeah. So actually, with the stuff that this is all that I've got. As well,
absolutely, yeah.
Knights and the characters are quite big points wise, but it was a bloodbath.
Yeah, good game.
We do this combat.
Oh, good stuff.
And I do 4 wounds, and he ends up doing 2
4?
Back to me. Yeah. So obviously he's got 2 wounds done to him, and and
so he had 1 wound left. You had 1 left.
So I would have won combat. Right, interestingly,
so did you do it again, but charging the zombies in as well? Or the zombie attacks to do the last wound, because that's gonna happen.
And then duel him out. I could have actually, there's things I could have played riskier. I think with those sorts of things, and I could have.
Yeah, if you know that the vampire can survive the ancestor, zombies coming in and dueling him was legitimately an option. Yeah,
I've played warriors quite a few times with the ancestor quite a few times, and Killy comes out on top. More often than not, mainly actually on combat res at the end, because he does 4 or 5 wounds, takes 1 or 2, and then he's down by 3 or 4. Because I generally get the charge as well. It was turn 5. I didn't want to. I didn't want to lose Killy. And I did. I was on for a win through points. I didn't want. I could have been riskier and got a bigger win, I think. But So before this, I was on 37 points. Needed a 13 to get to that magical number.
Did.
And I got 12. It was so close. It was so close. But so end of the tournament with 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses on.
Not quite the mirror score. Either.
13-12 for my wins, 13-13 for my losses. So I ended up with 49 points, just 1 less. So arguably, I guess I'm 1 point away in the Jordan battle to early doors, the 10-10, from getting everything that I wanted to from the tournament.
Definitely.
The
middle one. The middle one.
3 wins and things. So, but I was really happy. I think early tournament wise, I was down with what's it called? I didn't play well. Day 1, neither Killy or my Necro survived any of the battles.
Sure.
A bit of luck here and there, and a bit of forgetting rules, whatever. But so Necro dying shouldn't ever happen, really.
No.
So for him to die 4 out of 5 games is, I think I need to play better with him and create better bunkers and things like that, and be smarter with him, I guess. Half the issue with that is that I want Evo to be impactful on the game. So maybe changing Evo, although I do love the spells there as well. So I don't know.
They suit vampires,
you
have a lot of practice with Evo because you even take the warriors, don't you? So
yes. Typically I've taken alchemy, but I have taken Evo for warriors as well.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those sort of things. I take them with beast herds as well. Is what I've taken Evo with as well. But it was. I really enjoyed the thing. The whole experience was great, and I was really happy with the army. I do think if I played better, I get more points. It's as simple as that.
It's funny. I came away thinking that too.
I wasn't displeased with how I played. I think, especially in that last battle, I think I played very cagey, but.
Making the decision to corner up like that early doors.
Yeah.
The thing is, you can deploy your list and then think, "Oh crap, I should have played more defensively," and then try to get to that defensive position. But you called out that you needed to be defensive right from the start, and it paid off for you.
I was thinking about going 2 in either corner,
That wouldn't have worked out well, I don't think.
It just, it would have meant that his ancestor is out of the battle for the late game, sort of
After he's killed half your army, though.
Exactly, and I've got no chance to counter.
Yeah. And so, you only ever had a chance of getting one scoring unit.
Yeah.
So if you lose 2 scoring units on one side, you lose objectives. So yeah.
So yeah, no, I was and as well, if I put like a zombie unit, his one giant can do that.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
So it's like I thought about it and I thought I don't think I can. I think he can minimise like one of his chaffy Chimera units could wipe out a scoring unit. So I just thought
of course, 2 or 3 turns. Yeah.
Yeah, so I wasn't displeased with this. As I said, I wasn't displeased with the rest of the time. I think there was just a couple of times where I made a few bad mistakes and bad positioning and stuff. I played 2 of the armies in Infernal Dwarves and Dread Elves that I liked.
You wanted to play against?
That I wanted to play against, not that I liked. But yeah, so just got to get some Vermin's Form games in, I guess now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But
so I think you said to me after the tournament you missed Killerson. You weren't massively happy with the court effect?
I wasn't unhappy with it, but I felt like my style plays much better being proper aggro.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, typically, shock, I like to go first. We'll try and... Yeah, I know, right? We'll try and design lifts that if they go first, they can push and zone and create problems. And I guess from that point of view, I try as much as I can to be... what's the latest word going? Proactive.
I miss that.
Yeah, I try as much as I can to do that, and I don't think I do it very well. But I try and have things like 2 killy vampires, which really put people on the back foot.
Definitely does. Yeah.
And I feel like the coach was good. It did buff up the ghouls and made that much more of a threat. However, I lost another threat. Because of it, so I don't know. I think I'll be trying where I can to get back to the 2 vampires and Necro. However, I might lose the Necromancer staff because of it. So I've got to work out my character builds if I do that. I know they've got more expensive as well, the vampire counts. So in terms of the actual counts themselves, I mean. So we'll see. I don't know whether it's viable or whether I'd have to go down to a chief. And then if it's a chief, I'm not sure it's worth it. So lots to think about. But in the crux of it, I'm pretty happy with everything. I might mix it up to go Shrieking Horror as well instead of Varkalak. See what that does in terms of how that changes up the army. I know normally you go 2. But
you don't own 2 at the moment.
I don't own 2, and I wouldn't have the points for it. So we'll see. We'll see. Lots to think about. But like I said, pretty happy, and ended up literally. I haven't got the. You sent me the picture.
And we haven't got
the picture.
I can tell you what it is. I can sort of summarise.
Yeah, I think I was 31st out of 60. I think.
Yeah.
Being 49 points out of 100, I think I was literally just below average everywhere, which was very interesting.
Yeah. So. You were 31st out of 61. Yeah. So as close to the middle as you can be. A certain Ed Murdoch finished 32nd, actually.
Well, there you
Interestingly, with Demon Legions. Interestingly, so that officially means you are better than Ed Murdoch.
I was better.
Yes, right. Absolutely.
For the brief moment that was, So it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I got most for everything I wanted out of it. I think just got to play better.
Yeah, I'll certainly be taking that into 2022 as well. Great. So we roll on to Masters, which you've already seen, and wonderful. And then we've got Art of War.
Art of War, which we can properly focus on now. We've got we've got our armies all set. I guess there's no reason why we can't say.
It's stone now. The list review's out.
Yeah, list review's out. Go check it out. I am Kingdom Octane for the foreseeable future. Jump in on the OP train that is Kingdom Octane.
This is going to be the one book that they've made. They've made underpowered.
Yeah, I say we've got a few practice games coming up to show you. I'm pretty. I think they're good. I think they're good. I won't say any more, but I think they're good. And you are.
Orcs and Goblins making their big return after a couple of years away.
Man.
Gobbo's done some awesome painting for me, so I'm picking up Ferals and Boar Boys, and Manglers, or Wrecking Teams as they're supposed to be called. I don't like Wrecking Teams as much as Manglers, so I will be calling them Manglers. Probably need names. Actually, give me names for my Manglers before the tournament even begins. They definitely need names, don't they?
And I've got a couple of Peg heroes which I'm looking for names as well. So
definitely.
And our next videos for sure. Like we said in all this, like, share, subscribe, give us comments.
Don't forget about Art of War, which is War of Art. Sorry. Which accompanies Art of War. If you're looking for the hobby side of things, you can get involved in that from the Gobbos managing that, and also the raffle that's going on. You can buy tickets in advance. I know there's some very good causes that they're for. Yes, two good charities. So
check out the hobby shows for more details of that.
And some really good prizes to win, as well as the fact that you're supporting charities. So get on that. It's well worth doing.
Cool. And I say, don't forget about the vampires. If you've got any tips and hints on how to improve the list somewhat, but also tactical. It's more tactical we're looking for, and things like that, and what we could have done to in different scenarios to make it better for ourselves.
I think the only comment I need to make is basically just take the vampire list that Hyper-G played last year, because that was far better, really.
More vampire knights, more
2 units of vampire knights. It's the only way to go. Yeah.
But and then obviously in the battles coming up, tell us whether you like the lists and whatever. But looking forward to it. And another trip out as well. We're getting them all out in a minute.
I know. Yeah. My wife's wondering where I am. Great. All right. We'll see you for the next project.
Yeah. See you later.